Did you know that if you intentionally write someone's name wrong in the Death Note 4 times, you die? But did you also know that if you do the same thing unintentionally, that person can never be killed by the Death Note? As you can see, the series is filled with endless mysteries. But for today, I want to focus on one mystery in particular: the mysteries behind L. What's his real name? Why does he never wear socks? And why does he always look so tired? These are just a few of the many mysteries that we're going to be uncovering today. For starters, ever since I first watched the series, I always had a deep curiosity behind L's name. In both the manga and the anime, it's never been revealed. But luckily for us, it was shown in Death Note 13. His true name is L. Laliette. Although it's an odd name, it's definitely fitting for such an odd character. It's also fitting that L would have his real first name shown so openly and labeled as an alias. Another interesting note regarding his general profile is that by the time L dies, he's 25. What's so interesting about this? Well, his birthday is on October 31st, several days before his death in the series. I wonder if the animators actually knew this before they made the adaptation. It's sad to think about, and it adds another layer to everything. No one cares for L personally, and as his birthday gets passed up, the only intimate connection he has with anyone is a moment where he cleans Light's feet. During this moment, he knew that the time was coming for their battle to come to an end. Speaking of battles, there's one battle in particular that's overlooked in the entire series. It's a war that's waged in the darkest parts and lurks in the background of the series. And it's so well kept that normal readers would have a hard time telling. I'm talking about L's hatred for socks. It's a simple one, but any chance L gets, he's going to let those dogs breathe. Now, regarding his personal profile, there is one additional topic that really needs to be addressed. What's the deal with the bags under his eyes? Well, the answer to this is pretty simple. No, L isn't suffering from some sleep-deprivating illness. He has bags under his eyes simply because the author thought it looked cool. Both the author and artist wanted L to look ugly, but it was suggested by an assistant that L should still have some sort of distinguishing cool flair to him. Their answer to this was to give him bags under his eyes, which was inspired by Akira from Devilman. Now we've covered some of the more general secrets of L, let's start talking about his personality. Now we all know that L is fighting for the good guys, but did you know that he's a massive liar? The author points it out in his notes that L tends to lie a lot. One of these lies in particular might actually frustrate you. You know how sometimes L looks at Light and gives him a random calculation of how suspicious he is of Light being Kira? You know the times where he looks at him and says, oh, there's a 7% chance that you're Kira. Oh wait, no, maybe make that 5. Well, turns out that's all a load of crap. The author makes the point that anytime he throws those numbers out, it's actually probably closer to something around 90%. Yes, this means the countless hours of debating if L actually knew Light was Kira is practically all for nothing, as Oba basically says that L knew the entire time. Although L might not be very trustworthy, there is one thing you can always count on L to do. That one thing would be to devour every ounce of cake and ice cream in the immediate vicinity. In Death Note 13, it lists all 48 meals, well, if you can call them meals. And in all of those meals, he's only served one healthy item, not counting black tea. It was a melon with ham. Although L kind of got rid of all the ham, so yeah, it was just kind of really just melon. Also, fun note, him removing the piece of ham has no actual meaning to it. But you know what's more confusing and mysterious than everything listed so far? What on earth was L thinking to himself as he died? The thoughts shown in the final manga said, Light Yagami, I knew it. I wasn't wrong, but Oba mentioned that the original text was supposed to actually say, Light Yagami, I knew it, I wasn't wrong, but I lost for now. This was supposed to be a foreshadowing of Mallow and Nier. This and many other aspects of the series were changed for a single reason, which brings us to the final mystery surrounding the series. Why on earth are there so many dang mysteries? The series has made me rethink storytelling altogether. Before reading Death Note 13, I had the assumption that all readers need to be given every piece of information about the world as the story progresses. But Oba, he didn't do this. Instead, he treated important world-building rules like fat and cut them from the finished product. For instance, there are over a dozen rules regarding the Death Note that are never even talked about in the manga or the anime. So why is that? Well, this is because Oba wanted everything to be left to interpretation. If there is any unintentional central theme to the series, it is just that. Ponder, argue, debate, and have fun thinking. We take in the information and determine for ourselves who is right, who is wrong, and what we think each person's intentions are. We speculate on the Death Note and its rules, and the ifs and whys of the power behind it. At the end of the day, this was Oba's intentions. He created a masterpiece that allows each person to have their own interpretation while reading. The more curiosities we have, the better it gets. Anyway, that's it. Be sure to like the video down below. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.